What is up, everybody? My name is Hello. Welcome back to the channel. We're solving Codeforces problems in Python. In today's episode, we're solving problem 2241A called as divide and conquer. It's an easy problem, simple problem, and interesting problem as well. Let's go ahead and read through the problem, read through the inputs, the example, and then try to form the solution and put that into Python code. Okay. So you're given two positive integers x and y. You're allowed to perform the following operation any number of times, possibly zero number of times. Okay. Choose any positive integer z such that z divides x. Okay, so x value can be x divided by z or z or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so determine whether you can make the x equal to y using this operation. Okay, so you want to make these two numbers equal, right? You can divide this number by any number, right? Any positive integer you can divide x by, and then you have to make sure that it is equal to y. Okay, so the first line of input contains a single integer, which is the number of test cases, followed by two space separated integers, which is x and y. The value of x and y will be between 1 and 100. Okay, this is very important. We'll come back to why this is very important. For each test case, print yes if you can make it exactly x is equal to y, or print no. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and copy this into our whiteboard so that we can go ahead and work out this further. So what is this question trying to tell us? Well, it's trying to say there are two numbers, x and y. You need to make x is equal to y. And how can you do that? Well, you can divide x by any number z, which is between 1 to infinity, and make sure that x is equal to y. Both x and y are greater than 1 and then less than 100. So something to keep in mind, and this is why I said this is important, right? So we know the number of test cases are 10 power 4. Okay, and we know that x and y is between 100, 1 to 100. So in worst case, it's going to be 10 power 2. If you multiply both these values, what do you get? 10 power 6. Okay, so we know that in 1 second we can do 10 power 8 operations. So 10 power 6 is completely alright, which means there is some sort of for loop involved here. That is the clue. Okay, and this question is allowing us to use a for loop, which will mean that we don't really need to do any mathematics to find out what the value of this z or z is. We can just go ahead and do a brute force loop and try to find that out. Okay, now what is our conditions or constraints for that loop? That is what we're going to be figuring out now. Let us say there are two integers x and y, and you want to make x and y to be equal, and you want to make x to y. There are two cases where this is possible, right? So one where x is equal to y, it is definitely possible, right? One where x is greater than y, it is also definitely possible. In any case where y is greater than x, it is not possible to convert x into y, especially when you're dividing, because division will always reduce the number of x only. It will never increase, and you're never supposed to do 0.5 or decimal, because they're saying z is a positive integer only. So we know one constraint already, that is whatever value that we're seeing, right, it should be less than y only, right? So in this particular, these two cases, right, let us go ahead and I'm going to elaborate what I just said now. Right, let us say x is greater than y. Okay, that means y will go till x. I can put that in the number line, something I can put, right? So now I'm telling you, what value do I need to divide x by in order to get y? Let us say this value, and I will try to work at this a bit further, right? So x is equal to 12, y is equal to 2, right? We all of us know that if I divide this by 6, I'm going to get 2, right? Okay, let's take the next example. X is equal to 6, y is equal to 7. We know that y is greater than x, so the answer is no. From our constraints, we know already. And then 99, 79. Well, can this be converted into that? Well, the answer is no. We can say that intuitively. How do you do that mathematically? Here, we can do something like, I'm going to divide x, right, by 1, right, and then by 2, and then by 3, and then by 4, and then by 5, and then by 6, and then by 7, and then by 8, and that keeps going on, right? Now, this case is going to be 12, this case is going to be 6, this case is going to be 4, this case is going to be 3, this is some decimal, so it's not important. This case is going to be 2, this is the answer for me, so anything after this I don't need, right? So my for loop needs to go from this point to some point here, but it ends at here. And I say some point, right, that is also very important, because this cannot keep going on forever till 12 by 1000 and all, right? Because what is the second constraint here? It can only go by 12 by 12. because after that, whatever number you get is going to be 0 point something only. And we know that y is greater than 1 and it is an integer. So whatever the limits for this value right here is going to be the value of x itself. So what is the range of this for loop? It's going to go from every number from 1 to x plus 1, which would mean 1 to x, right? That I will go and I will keep dividing this value by whatever value we have here, and then try to understand whether I'm getting equal to y. The moment I get that, I'm going to go ahead and break this loop and then put the answer to be yes. If not, the answer is going to be no, right? I think that is all this problem offers. I hope you're able to understand. The constraint is very simple. If it is less, y is greater than x, just go out. If x is equal to y also, we don't need to do anything. In any other case, let's go ahead and work through this loop and try to understand if there is any number, right? And this loop's constraint is obviously 1 to x. 1 because let's start at x. Technically you can start at 2 also, because we're already solving for this constraint where x is equal to 1, x and y is going to be same only. In case only that case will be yes, right? So in any other case, we're going to work to x plus 1, because after that it is going to be less than 1. That is not something that we need for the y value, because that is also something that we see in the input itself. If you're able to understand this, try to work it out yourself. If not, let's look at this and the code, and hopefully you'll get a better idea about what it is that we are talking about. Okay, so first thing to do here, right, is to get t, which is the int of input, the number of test cases. So for in range of t underscore, because the loop doesn't really matter, it's just to get input. And then we're getting two input x and y, so this will be list of map of int comma input dot rstrip dot split, right? We're getting the values of x and y. Now our constraints. What are our constraints? If y is greater than x, just go ahead and print no, and then continue, go for the next input. And elif x equal to y also, the answer is going to be yes, because I don't need to do any operation, and then I can just continue. Okay. In any other case, what am I going to do? Let us set a flag. So this flag I'm going to set to false initially. Okay. For I in range of 1 to x plus 1. Okay. 1 to x plus 1, that's what we discussed. If x divided by I is equal to y, I'm going to go ahead and set the flag to be true, and then break out of this for loop right here. Okay, because we don't need to do any other calculation in that place, right? We can just stop, because only once we need to find that out, right? And then we'll say if flag equal to true, right? Or you can put that as if flag is also, that it's a completely fine way to put this. You don't need to do equal to true. I'm going to go ahead and print yes. If not, I'm going to go ahead and print no. If I run this, you can see all the test cases have passed. This is what we're talking about in the whiteboard. I hope you're able to understand how we are trying to formulate this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and submit this as well, so that you guys know that it's a valid solution. This was 2241A, right? So 2241A. And as you can see, the solution was accepted. I hope you're able to understand what we're doing here. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know down in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them. I hope this video helped you. If it did, hit the like button. If you have any alternate approaches, let me know down in the comments as well. And I have a question for you as well. Try to change this 1 into 2 and then try to see what happens. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Bye.